On this planet, there are still places that have never stepped into the light. Places where nature, over millions of years, has quietly crafted masterpieces beyond human imagination. From fiery volcanoes breathing smoke in the heart of the ocean, to colossal glaciers drifting silently through frozen fjords. From ancient rainforests where rare beams of sunlight pierce the dense canopy, to remote coastlines where the waves whisper stories as old as time. Each landscape is a fragment of Earth's history, preserving the traces of time, climate, and life that have endured for thousands of years. They are not only beautiful, but also living testaments to the power and resilience of nature, an endless symphony of earth, water, wind, and fire. Today we embark on a journey together, a voyage beyond familiar destinations, to uncover the most hidden and spectacular wonders of our planet. Places whose beauty will leave you breathless and make your heart beat just a little faster. Amazon Rainforest, South America. The Amazon rainforest is a vast green expanse stretching across 9 South American countries, with the majority of its area located in Brazil. With its immense size and unparalleled biodiversity, the Amazon is considered the largest ecosystem on the planet, the green lung regulating the Earth's climate. It is home to more than 10% of all known species on Earth, along with countless others yet to be discovered. Entering the Amazon feels like stepping into an entirely different world. Above, giant tree canopies interweave to form an endless green dome, blocking almost all sunlight. Rare golden rays filter through the dense foliage, casting light on the damp forest floor and creating a mysterious atmosphere. The air is thick with moisture, carrying the scent of damp earth, making every step feel both heavy and thrilling. The vegetation beneath the canopy forms a living maze. Giant ferns reaching skyward, tangled vines like spiderwebs, and vibrant orchids clinging to ancient trunks. Amid them are strange carnivorous plants, patiently waiting for prey. High above, flocks of brightly colored macaws and toucans soar, while beneath the canopy, jaguars, anacondas, and dazzling poison frogs lurk in search of food. The Amazon is never silent. The distant howls of monkeys, the songs of birds, the buzzing of insects, and the mighty roar of the Amazon River coursing through countless channels, all merge into a fierce symphony of nature. The Amazon River, the world's largest by water volume, winds through the forest like a colossal lifeline. On both banks, flooded forests with tangled roots rising above the water create a unique landscape. Each morning, a veil of white mist blankets the treetops, transforming the entire forest into an enchanted maze. Beyond its beauty, the Amazon plays a crucial role in regulating the Earth's climate. Billions of trees release immense amounts of moisture, forming rain clouds that nourish the entire region and even affect other continents. At the same time, the Amazon absorbs vast amounts of CO2, helping to slow global warming. For thousands of years, the Amazon has been home to hundreds of indigenous tribes. For them, the forest is not only a place of survival, but also a sacred entity. In their legends, the forest holds guardian deities of nature and mystical beings such as the pink river dolphin Boto, believed to transform into humans to enchant women. Today, travelers can begin their Amazon exploration from cities like Manaus, Brazil, or Iquitos, Peru. Popular experiences include canoeing through shaded river branches, night treks to observe wildlife, thrilling piranha fishing, or meeting indigenous tribes to hear their stories. The Amazon is not just a forest, but an entire world where life thrives, wild and mysterious. Amid the humidity, the intense sounds, and the endless green, you will feel the powerful heartbeat of the earth. An unforgettable experience for anyone who sets foot here. Daintree Rainforest, Queensland, Australia. The Daintree Rainforest lies in northeastern Queensland, Australia. covering an area of about 1,200 square kilometers. It is one of the oldest tropical rainforests in the world, formed around 180 million years ago. Ancient trees, standing 40 to 50 meters tall, spread their deep green canopies, interlacing to form a vast natural roof. Beneath this canopy, lush vegetation thrives. Ferns, moss, and vines wrap tightly around towering trunks. Giant king ferns with fronds stretching 5 to 7 meters gleam in fresh green like enormous umbrellas. The Daintree River winds through the forest, its crystal-clear waters weaving around moss-covered rocks. In many places, the river tumbles into small cascading waterfalls, adding to the forest's lively yet mystical atmosphere. Along the riverbanks, mangrove swamps rise with trees 10 to 15 meters high, their roots plunging deep into the moist mud and interlacing like a living network. This is also home to the saltwater crocodile, a silent yet powerful predator of the rainforest realm. High above, the Lumholtz's tree kangaroo, with its thick fur, moves nimbly among the branches. The Ulysses butterfly, with its striking electric blue wings, flits through forest paths and open glades, scattering bursts of color across the tranquil green. The Kuku-Yalanji people are the indigenous custodians of this land, deeply connected to the forest for countless generations. They pass down ancient knowledge of medicinal plants, navigation by the sun, and rituals that honor the forest's spirit. For them, the Daintree is a sacred realm where culture, belief, and nature are inseparably intertwined. When visiting the Daintree Rainforest, you can walk along winding forest trails where ancient trees tower up to 50 meters into the sky. In spring, you may spot swarms of Ulysses butterflies gliding above the paths, their luminous blue wings glinting in the soft forest light. As you drift by boat along the Daintree River, your heart may quicken at the sight of saltwater crocodiles lying motionless on the banks, their eyes constantly scanning for movement. At the end of your journey, at Cape Tribulation, you step onto soft white sands and listen to the gentle waves lapping the shore. From here, you can gaze out to where the Great Barrier Reef shimmers faintly on the horizon. This is one of the rare places on Earth where rainforest meets ocean, creating a unique and pristine backdrop for photographs steeped in wild beauty. Kilauea Volcano, Hawaii, USA. Kilauea Volcano rises about 1,247 meters above sea level on Hawaii's Big Island. It is one of the most active volcanoes in the world. Its main crater, named Halemaumau, spans roughly 1 kilometer across. Inside the crater, a blazing red lava lake churns violently at temperatures of around 1,150 degrees Celsius. Surrounding the crater, cooled lava flows form vast fields of dark gray basalt rock, their rugged surfaces glinting with a glossy black sheen under the sunlight. Along the mountain's edge, sheer coastal cliffs stand where molten lava cascades directly into the sea. When it meets the water, the lava creates towering plumes of white steam, a striking testament to the union of fire and water. In the nearby forest, lava tubes such as the Thurston lava tube stretch like natural tunnels carved into the earth. Inside, the glossy black rock walls gleam, while droplets of water fall from the ceiling, casting a mesmerizing play of deep blue and black light. Kilauea is one of the most active volcanoes in the world. Yet even on this newly formed land, life quietly returns after each eruption. The Hawaiian ohia lehua tree is the pioneer species, sprouting first on the lava fields, its roots gripping deep into cracks while its bright red blossoms burst forth after the rain. Scattered among the rocks, hapu'u ferns stretch upward, their lush green fronds sheltering creatures such as beetles and volcano spiders. Along the coast, Laysan albatrosses glide across the skies with wide wingspans. Beneath the ocean where ancient lava once poured into the sea, black corals and tropical fish thrive in unusually warm waters. When visiting Kilauea, You can stand at an observation point to watch the fiery red lava lake bubbling ceaselessly below. From deep within the volcano, small sparks shoot upward with soft, resonant booms, filling you with both awe and anticipation at nature's raw power. You can then walk into the Thurston lava tube, enjoying the cool air and the light dancing across the glossy black walls. As night falls, you can return to the crater to witness a rare spectacle. Lava, glowing like fire, igniting the darkness. Its light spreads across the pitch-black ground, creating a scene both magical and surreal. Antelope Canyon, Arizona, USA. Antelope Canyon lies in northern Arizona, stretching about 400 meters in length with a maximum depth of 40 meters. It is one of the most famous sandstone canyons in the United States, shaped by the long-term erosion of rainwater and wind upon the Navajo sandstone. The sandstone walls, standing 20 to 40 meters high, are polished smooth and curve gracefully like ribbons of orange-red silk, glowing in different shades depending on the time of day. When sunlight strikes at just the right angle, the vivid rock striations come alive, creating a mesmerizing visual effect. The canyon is divided into two sections. The first is Upper Antelope, with a flatter terrain where sunlight streams down through narrow openings above, forming shimmering light beams. Then there is Lower Antelope, which features a steeper landscape with natural stone steps leading deep into the earth. Surrounding the canyon is an arid desert, where red sand and low thorny bushes stretch beneath a deep blue sky, highlighting the canyon's raw and mysterious beauty. Across the desert surface surrounding the canyon, native plants are perfectly adapted to the dry conditions. Cactus plants, with their water-storing stems and protective spines, are scattered across the sandy soil, while yucca plants rise tall with tough leaves and deep roots drawing moisture from underground. The open spaces between bushes are where desert rabbits often appear at dusk. Their gray-brown fur camouflages them, keeping them hidden from predators. The small desert owl with its bright golden eyes often nests in rock crevices or abandoned burrows near the canyon's edge. High above, red-tailed hawks circle in wide arcs, their broad wings holding steady in the warm desert currents. When you arrive at Antelope Canyon, you will encounter dazzling columns of light piercing through the gaps in the rock ceiling, striking the fine sand floor below. In the quiet air, the faint whistle of wind through the stone crevices makes you feel as though you've stepped into a sacred and secluded place. In Lower Antelope, you descend natural rock steps to venture deeper into the canyon's heart. Here, the rock layers flow like waves across a surface smoothed as if sculpted by the wind. In summer, when the sun climbs high and the light is at its strongest, you can visit Upper Antelope to capture those rare beams of sunlight shooting straight down to the canyon floor. They appear like glowing ribbons, shimmering within the enclosed space, evoking scenes straight from a Western fairy tale. Fish River Canyon, Namibia. Lying deep within the arid lands of southern Namibia, Fish River Canyon is the largest canyon in Africa and is considered the second largest in the world, only after the Grand Canyon in the United States. With a length of about 160 kilometers, a width of 27 kilometers, and a depth of up to 550 meters, this place is likened to a gigantic cut on the Earth's surface, revealing geological layers formed over hundreds of millions of years. The canyon is part of the II's Richtersveld Transfrontier Park, a vast wilderness largely untouched by human hands. From above, the panorama unfolds like a colossal maze of rocks. Steep, rugged cliffs curve and twist along the Fish River. The Fish River flows intermittently and often experiences floods in late summer, creating a chain of narrow lakes during the remaining seasons of the year. Under the harsh African sun, the colors of the rocks constantly change. At times, glowing red like fire. At other times, muted in shades of ash gray and deep brown. Inside the canyon, the landscape bears a beauty that is harsh, yet mysterious. Scattered across the vast rocky valley are hardy acacias, aloes, and cacti, their thin branches reaching toward the cloudless blue sky. Wildlife here has perfectly adapted to the fierce nature. Hartmann's mountain zebras tread firmly on rocky slopes. Klipspringer antelopes dart nimbly across precipitous cliffs, while birds of prey circle above, in search of food. The geological story of Fish River Canyon spans hundreds of millions of years. Around 300 million years ago, this area was once a collapsing tectonic valley, Graben. Later, the persistent flow of the Fish River over the past 60 million years ceaselessly eroded and deepened the giant cut, leaving behind today's majestic natural masterpiece. Not only a geological wonder, the canyon is also tied to the history of the Nama people, one of Namibia's oldest indigenous tribes. They have lived and adapted to the desert's harsh conditions, passing down stories of resilience and freedom through generations. For travelers, Fish River Canyon is both a challenging and mesmerizing destination. Viewpoints such as Hobos offer sweeping views of the spectacular canyon, making you feel as if you are standing before another world. Those who love adventure can take part in the 5-day hiking journey along the canyon floor, a challenge requiring endurance and careful preparation. At the end of the journey, you will find relaxation at the Eyes Hot Springs, a perfect resting spot in the heart of the unforgiven desert. At Fish River Canyon, beauty does not come from gentleness, but from raw harshness and aridity. This is a place where you can truly feel the immense power of nature and the absolute silence of the African desert, a rare experience that few places in the world can offer. Athabasca Glacier, Canada. Located along the Icefields Parkway, one of the most beautiful routes in the world, the Athabasca Glacier stretches between Jasper and Banff National Parks in Alberta, Canada. It is a branch of the Columbia Icefield, the largest ice field in the Rocky Mountains of North America, preserving the majestic and frigid beauty of the Ice Age. Athabasca is about 6 kilometers long, with an area of nearly 6 square kilometers. Unlike a motionless block of ice, it is a massive river that slowly moves, silently eroding and carving deep scars into the surrounding rocky landscape. From afar, Athabasca looks like a giant white-blue silk ribbon draped across the mountain slopes, both imposing and fragile. On its surface, the glacier emerges as a world of ice and rock. Deep crevasses, towering ice walls, and jagged ice ridges form a harsh labyrinth. Its colors are a special allure. At times, the ice takes on a pure blue hue. At others, it glimmers silver under the sun, like giant gems buried in the mountain rock. When sunlight refracts through ice crystals, each ray flashes like diamonds, making the entire glacier blaze in the frozen space. At the foot of the glacier, the valley opens with scattered gray boulders, where small streams babble from the melting ice. This landscape is both wild and fierce, evoking the immense power of nature, while also revealing its fragility in the face of climate change. Signs along the trail mark the glacier's former positions over the decades, serving as stark evidence of its rapid retreat. According to current measurements, the Athabasca Glacier is retreating up to 16.4 feet per year, an alarming rate caused by global warming over the past decades. Geologically, the glacier plays a vital role in feeding many major rivers, supplying fresh water to millions of people in Canada's downstream plains. What makes Athabasca particularly special to visitors is its accessibility. Massive Ice Explorer buses take you directly onto the ice surface, where each step feels like touching thousands of years of history compressed within the frozen layers. Walking on the glacier, gazing at deep blue crevasses, or bending down to touch the centuries-old ice is an experience that is both overwhelming and humbling. From the Columbia Icefield Skywalk, you can take in the panoramic view of the Glacier Valley from above. A perspective that makes humans seem tiny before the grandeur of nature. Athabasca is where coldness becomes beauty, where the strength and fragility of the earth coexist in a majestic picture. Zhangjiajie National Forest Park, Hunan, China. Renowned for its majestic and otherworldly natural landscapes, Zhangjiajie National Forest Park stands as one of China's most iconic travel destinations. What has brought this park worldwide fame are its more than 3,000 towering sandstone pillars, many of which rise over 1,000 meters high. These stone columns come in fantastical shapes, resembling human figures, animals, or objects, forming a surreal and awe-inspiring natural sculpture garden. It was these pillars that inspired director James Cameron in creating the floating mountains of the film Avatar. About 98% of the park's area is blanketed in lush green forests. These forests are home to more than 720 plant species across 102 families. Including precious trees such as the Chinese yew, maple, and ancient ferns. Its wildlife is equally rich, with over 149 animal species, 28 of which are under national protection, including rhesus macaques, giant salamanders, musk deer, and more than 200 species of birds. Zhangjiajie is also a land steeped in the cultural heritage of its indigenous peoples, such as the Tujia and Miao. For centuries they have lived among the mountains and forests, passing down customs, beliefs, and folk arts from generation to generation. The Tujia, for example, have a tradition of weaving textiles, basketry, and crafting intricate wooden objects. During festivals, they gather to perform fire dances, sing folk songs, and hold harvest rituals, expressions of deep reverence for nature and their ancestors. When you set foot in Zhangjiajie National Forest Park, you step into a living fairy tale on Earth. The sheer sandstone pillars piercing the clouds will leave you breathless in wonder. At times, they glow brilliantly under the morning sun. At others, they fade into dreamlike silhouettes in the evening light. For thrill seekers, a walk across Bailong Skywalk, a record-breaking glass bridge, the longest and highest in the world, is a must. You can also conquer Tianzi Mountain by riding the Beilong Elevator, the tallest outdoor lift on the planet. In just a few minutes, you'll ascend nearly 330 meters to panoramic views of the soaring stone peaks and endless emerald forests. Danakil Desert, Ethiopia. The Danakil Desert, located in northeastern Ethiopia, is one of the harshest and most unusual places on the planet, sitting at around minus 125 meters below sea level. This land is famous for its surreal geological landscape, often compared to the surface of Mars. Across the barren terrain stretch endless white salt flats, dotted with neon yellow, bright blue, and rusty orange acid pools. These are the result of reactions between sulfuric acid and minerals such as sulfur, iron, and magnesium. Heat from deep within the earth rises constantly through geysers and small vents, creating a landscape both severe and otherworldly. At the heart of this region lies Dalol, considered the most colorful geothermal area in the world. Layers of salt, rock, and minerals accumulated over thousands of years have formed bizarre formations that resemble natural sculptures. Not far from there is the Ertaal volcano, whose active crater contains a glowing red lava lake. As night falls, the light from the lava illuminates the sky in crimson, creating a scene both frightening and mesmerizing. The Danakil Desert experiences temperatures ranging from 30 degrees Celsius in winter to over 50 degrees Celsius in summer, with virtually no rainfall. In such an extreme environment, life is nearly impossible, except for camels, the only animals able to endure the long journey across scorching sands. A few acid lakes and sulfur-rich hot springs are scattered across the cracked terrain. These are home to some microorganisms, such as sulfur bacteria. Around 1,000 Afar tribespeople live nomadically on the desert's fringes. Their lives revolve around salt and camels. Here, salt is considered white gold. They harvest salt using traditional tools such as picks, axes, and ropes. Each slab of salt is cut by hand, packed, and transported by camel across the desert to distant markets. A journey to the Danakil Desert is not for the faint of heart. Yet hidden beneath its brutality is a world that seems to belong to another planet. Pure white salt fields stretch to the horizon, interspersed with neon-colored lakes in hues of green, yellow, and orange like no other. At night, the Volcano blazes with rivers of molten lava glowing blood red, swirling within the crater. The eerie glow reflected in the night sky makes you feel as though you've stepped into Earth's primordial era. The journey becomes even more memorable when you travel alongside the Afar's camel caravans. By the fireside, you'll hear them share stories of a life bound to salt, to the searing wind, and to unwavering resilience in the face of nature's extremes. Mauna Kea Mountain, Hawaii. On the island of Hawaii, the Mauna Kea volcano proudly rises from the heart of the Pacific Ocean. Though it has long been dormant, Mauna Kea still retains its majestic and mythical presence. If measured from the ocean floor, it is the highest mountain on Earth with an elevation of 10,200 meters. From the base, there are lush, wet tropical rainforests, but just a few hundred meters up, the vegetation gradually thins out, giving way to basalt rocks, ash, and barren slopes colored red-brown by ancient lava. At the summit, over 4,200 meters high, white snow blankets the peak during the winter months, a stunning contrast of nature in a tropical land. An almost absolute silence makes every movement and every light in the sky feel profound and surreal. An almost absolute silence makes every movement and every light in the sky feel profound and surreal. Modern astronomical domes stand sentinel on the volcanic rock, like eyes gazing into the universe. At night, Mauna Kea opens up a pure sky, free of clouds and artificial light, where billions of bright stars appear as if never hidden. Mauna Kea is a sacred center in the beliefs of native Hawaiians. To them, this is the dwelling place of the highest gods, including Pele, the goddess of fire and volcanoes, and Poliahu, the goddess of snow, two contrasting entities representing opposition and balance. Across the mountain slopes, sacred stones and ancient worship sites, heiau, still bear traces of rituals once performed to communicate with the divine. Hawaiians believe that every object on the mountain carries a soul, and that taking even a single stone can disrupt the spiritual balance, leading to unforeseen misfortune. Visitors can reach Mauna Kea by car, stopping at the Visitor Information Station at an altitude of about 2,800 meters. From there, only four-wheel drive vehicles are permitted to continue to the summit. At the peak, visitors stand at the highest point of the Hawaiian Islands to watch the sunrise or sunset. When the light filters through the thick clouds, painting the sky pink in the windless air, you will feel as if you have stepped into a magical fairy tale world. At night, the sky is as deep as ink, brilliant with thousands of stars, ideal conditions that make this place one of the world's leading astronomical centers. Death Valley, USA. Located in the Mojave Desert of California, Death Valley is one of the harshest places on Earth, where temperatures can exceed 50 degrees Celsius and humidity is nearly zero. Death Valley contains the lowest point in North America, known as Badwater Basin, which lies 86 meters below sea level. At Badwater, the ground is covered in blinding white salt, cracked into evenly shaped polygons. The air is bone dry. And the scent of salt and stone clings to every breath. Surrounding the area are barren mountain ranges, layered in shades of earth, from gray, red, and brown to patches of pale green. This is the result of millions of years of shifting minerals. Zabriskie Point offers a panoramic view of eroded clay hills that curve like frozen waves. To the north, mesquite flat sand dunes rise with towering crests, changing shape with sunlight and wind. One unmissable spot is Racetrack Playa, a dry lake bed famous for its moving rocks phenomenon. Large stones leave behind clear tracks across the flat surface, yet no one has ever witnessed them move. Before explanations emerged, people called them the footprints of spirits, silently shifting the earth. Today, the mystery has been solved. At night, low temperatures form thin sheets of ice. Driven by the wind, rocks are quietly pushed across the moist ground. According to local people, they often hear faint voices in the wind or footsteps with no origin in the stillness of night. Some even claim to have seen shadows gliding under the moonlight. When visiting Death Valley, you can walk across the salt-covered floor of Badwater Basin. Zabriskie Point and Dante's View offer breathtaking panoramas of dark mountain ridges, sunken valleys, and swirling rock layers. Visitors may also hear folklore about the curse of death passed down through generations. Be sure to bring plenty of water, sun protection, and check the weather forecast before heading out. Arenal Volcano, Costa Rica. Arenal Volcano is located in Arenal National Park, near the town of La Fortuna, in Alajuela province of Costa Rica. With an elevation of about 1,670 meters and an almost perfect conical shape, Arenal is considered one of the most iconic volcanoes in the world. From afar, the mountain rises majestically against the blue sky, sometimes veiled by a thin layer of mist, creating a landscape both grand and mystical. Its slopes are covered in shades of ash gray and jet black, reminiscent of the lava flows that once poured down during violent eruptions. White clouds drift lazily around the summit, making Arenal appear like a masterpiece of natural sculpture wrapped in a poetic atmosphere. At the foot of the volcano, the landscape opens up into a completely contrasting world. Lush tropical rainforest spreads widely, where dense canopies blend with birdsong and the rustling of leaves in the wind. White waterfalls cascade into emerald green pools, while steam rises from hot springs seeping through rocky crevices. This scenery is both gentle and full of vitality, a testament to the powerful regenerative ability of nature under the shadow of a volcano harboring immense force. Arenal National Park is also a treasure trove of biodiversity. More than 850 species of birds, including the colorful billed toucan and the mighty harpy eagle, soar above the forest canopy. On high branches, howler monkeys and white-faced capuchins swing tirelessly, while sloths quietly hide in the foliage. On the ground, jaguars, giant anteaters, and countless species of frogs, butterflies, and insects form a rich ecological web. Interwoven are tropical plants such as giant ferns, vibrant orchids, and numerous native medicinal trees. Arenal is a stratovolcano, formed from layers of lava and volcanic ash accumulated over thousands of years. Strong geological activity beneath the earth heats underground streams, creating mineral-rich hot springs, an ideal stop for visitors to relax amid wild nature. The indigenous Maleku people regard Arenal as a sacred place, tied to ancient legends. The historic 1968 eruption once devastated many villages, but it also transformed La Fortuna into a renowned tourist town, giving the world a chance to witness the dual power and beauty of this volcano. When visiting Arenal, you can hike along forest trails to admire the volcano from different angles. Soak in the hot springs, zip line through the canopy, or visit La Fortuna waterfall cascading white in the middle of the green forest, all creating an experience both adventurous and poetic. And when standing before Arenal volcano, you will feel the heartbeat of the earth itself. Fierce, yet generous. Terrifying, yet irresistibly captivating.